About Bitcoin. You know, it's not too different from how email was back in the day. New, groundbreaking, and not perfect at first, but it's definitely revolutionary. So picture this. Bitcoin is the first ever cryptocurrency. It runs on what we call a public blockchain network. And what does it actually do? Well, it's pretty straightforward. Bitcoin allows you to send and receive value across the globe using just your computer and an internet connection. That's it. Now, what makes it such a big deal? It works without needing any middleman, no big corporation in the middle, just a direct connection between people. Think of it as a public digital payment system that's available to everyone, not controlled by any single entity. Before Bitcoin, sending money online meant relying on private banks to make it happen. But now, with Bitcoin, it's all about a public ledger called the blockchain. Anyone, no matter who they are, can create a Bitcoin address for free and receive payments digitally. It's like the first ever globally accessible public money. But is it flawless? Nope, not really. Just like how email had its hiccups when it started in 1972, Bitcoin isn't perfect. It's not universally accepted, not always stable in value, and not used everywhere. But here's the thing. It works. And that's a game changer, because it operates without those trusted intermediaries. Bitcoin isn't the end game, it's just the beginning. If we can replace private payment systems, we can do a lot more. Imagine replacing other private control points in our interactions with public open systems. Why should we care about this shift? Well, the infrastructure we currently rely on, owned by a handful of powerful corporations, has shown some serious vulnerabilities. Hacks, breaches, and massive failures have exposed millions of people to risks. Just like before the internet, when our communication depended on a few broadcasters or newspapers, relying on just a couple of corporations for critical infrastructure is risky. That's where Bitcoin and blockchain come in. They're like the internet for payments and IoT, Internet of Things. Sure, this tech isn't perfect yet, but it's our best shot. And similar to how the internet flourished with pro-innovation policies in the 90s, we need the same approach for these blockchain innovations. The evolution of the internet, from Web 1 to Web 2 to Web 3. Web 1 was like AOL, where you could see curated content but not interact. Then came Web 2, the era of blogging and user-generated content, mostly controlled by a few big companies. And now, Web 3 is about owning the actual networks, the decentralization. Think of owning tokens in these networks as owning a piece of the internet itself. It's like having a say in the future of these decentralized systems, rather than leaving it to just a handful of companies. And that, my friend, is the gist of Bitcoin and the exciting shift to Web 3.0. If you're curious to learn more about cryptocurrency, feel free to stick around. We're here every day dropping knowledge to keep you in the loop. See you soon.